Hey, I want to clarify something.
What's
So,
that?
cameras in the courtroom, that's a Supreme Court thing.
Okay.
The sheriff made the rule, no cameras in the building.
Okay. Is the sheriff's department in this building?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I need to make entry to there.
For what, sir?
I need a Freedom of Information request form.
Okay. If you go back out this door, follow the building around to the left, you'll see the brown squad cars on the other side of the building. It'll be the set of double doors right there.
Really? I walked right by it. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
The record section is right there also. You walk right by the sheriff.
And that would be who I'm looking for. Thank you.
I was gonna text all that stuff, but
Where's the records department? Right here. Thank you. Hello. I need a Freedom of Information request form.
You just need a FOIA form?
Yep.
Okay.
That is awesome if that's them right there. Thank you very much. You guys know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep. Do you have an employee complaint form?
I do?
Sweet. You guys have been audited before, haven't you?
No, but I know the
The method to the madness.
well, I understand.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick. Were you recording when you were up in the lobby? Your recording device?
Yeah.
Okay. We don't allow recording in the courthouse, so just next time you come in, if you could just shut your camera off, we'd appreciate it. We have cameras all over the place in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at, but that's a public lobby, and I didn't see a statute or a judge's order attached to the sign, so that's why I
There's
ignored
signs
it.
all over the place with ILCS numbers on them too. So-
Really? Can you point one out to me?
Yeah, they're all over the place.
The signs I saw didn't have any.
They're all over the place, sir.
All right, man, you want to be an asshole about it? That's fine. I'll put you on the internet then, dude. Have a good day, dick. Nothing there. Hey, could you answer a question for me? I see the sign here says no cell phones, but is there an Illinois compiled statute attached to that?
You'd have to go talk to the sergeant. There's one of the sergeants about that now.
All right. Which one is that? Which sergeant?
Go talk to the desk sergeant if you want to.
What's your name so I can tell him who I spoke to? No? You're a court security officer and you're refusing to identify yourself? There's a name badge right there and you got it covered up. Why? Why won't you identify, sir? All I'm asking is for your name. It's pretty simple. You get paid by the taxpayers, don't you? Probably should have had that on before you walked outside. Are you going to identify yourself? Got a question for you.
Yeah.
Can you tell me this guy's name?
He's a civilian employee,
Okay.
one of the courthouse strainers.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, he refused to identify himself to me.
Civilian employee.
Yeah, I get that, but I can FOIA request every public employee's name, rank, years of service, wages, the whole 9 yards. You guys should know that.
Yeah, I do.
I'm not asking much.
Employees, not civilian employees.
Yeah, believe me, I can get everybody's name in this building so long as they're not undercover.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'd have to check. I don't know.
All right, well, that's not the guy. Who was the sergeant? I think it was a sergeant that I spoke to that came out here earlier. I don't want to have to review my video. I walked in here, man. You guys had the forms I wanted, and I was on my way out, and that guy...
That was talking to you out here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't a sergeant. He was Deputy Haynes.
Deputy Haynes. Okay, thank you very much. And you're Sergeant Albee? Yep. Dude, you're good. Seriously. I'm very nice and polite, but when they're rude to me like that, and I just gotten the forms and I was headed on my way out, there was no need for that. So now you guys are going to get put on my channel. Hopefully they're going to send you some compliments, but that guy needs to change his attitude big time.
Talk with him. I'm just curious, what's the channel?
Here, I'll give you my card. I don't mind. I'm doing a vehicle maintenance study across all the departments across the state of Illinois.
Thank you.
And what I'm trying to find is each department holds their records differently. I've realized that on my 3rd trip. And I'm trying to save the Illinois taxpayer about $10 million on the first year. It needs to be done. I'm one guy. I started out in tax law and now I do this. So it's interesting.
You do this full time?
Yeah. Yep, my first time I went out to do this, man, my video's on the channel. I got meth planted on me by 2 dirty, corrupt sergeants, and I got hip tossed while handcuffed, and I was compliant because they didn't like the camera. So he created a monster, and I've been doing this for years since. But yeah, like I said, thank you very much. I appreciate you having the forms right there and ready. That's exactly what they need to be. It would have been a no-go here up until that guy, so I'm going to build a collection today. So thank you. Could you send a deputy out here, please?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Are you an attorney?
Yeah.
Got a quick question for you. And I don't expect you to necessarily answer. I'm sure you're aware of your Fifth Amendment rights. It says no cell phones on there, on the signs around here. And I had a deputy tell me that there was an Illinois compiled statute attached to that. Is that true?
Almost in all courthouses, photography and cameras aren't allowed.
Yeah, but what I'm asking is it a judge's order or is it Illinois compiled statutes?
That's a good question.
Oh shit! Jesus Christ!
Supreme Court rule. That's what it is.
Illinois Supreme Court
Yes.
Court rule. Okay, is it
And
asking?
It's a rule of the building, all of the local judges too.
Okay, that's a very simple answer. I asked a simple question. The deputy told me it was Illinois compiled statutes, which I knew was false.
He's mistaken.
Yes, yes.
I'm telling you, it's a Supreme Court rule.
Okay,
It's for security reasons,
okay,
and that's just the case.
okay. Well, the reason
If
I
you're trying to cover a particular trial,
yeah,
you can file for extended media coverage.
yes, and request permission.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's the case also.
Okay.
So
Well,
that's the legit way to do it.
yeah.
If you want to be in the courtroom with a camera.
Yeah, I get that. I wasn't trying to go into the courtroom. I just walked into the before security, and I had asked him where the sheriff's department was at because I'm new here. I didn't know.
Did I talk to you the other day?
No, don't think so. Unless you were in St. Clair County.
Wasn't me.
You should check out that video. Go to YouTube and type in St. Clair County Sheriff.
Are you doing all the courthouses? or
Yep. I'm
for-
testing them. I'll give you a business card.
All right.
Let me hold the camera for you.
That's all right. Yes, thank you. That deputy, I've had a deputy and a court security officer be rude to me. Now, I'm since you guys look to be being civil, I'm going to tell you I'm extremely polite when I encounter people. It's a part of what I do. I have to be polite. I understand not everybody's comfortable with the camera. I get that. But I walked into the sheriff's department after coming in here, and once they told me where it was at, I left. I didn't stand around and record. I walked right into the sheriff's department, walked right up to records. They had the FOIA form I was after. Sweet, and they had it right by the window. That was perfect. I cannot tell you guys to do anything different in that respect. Walked over to the sergeant at the desk, asked him for an employee complaint form. I didn't actually have a complaint at that moment, but I've done this enough to know better, and I don't want to have to walk back. So just as I was getting ready to leave, and I was just giving him a thumbs up and telling him, you guys did great, thank you. And I would have never posted the video. He comes out and tells me BS, and Deputy Haynes, he told me it was Illinois compiled statutes that says that I can't have a cell phone on grounds. And then he just went full-blown rude, and I was like, really? After that, I had a pleasant encounter with the health department employee earlier. I'm not sure if you guys knew about that one. I'm sure they called. Figured they did. But they couldn't print me out a FOIA. It took 25 minutes to find out how to print out a FOIA, and they never could. They never did complete it.
They've ever had a request before.
I know. That's why I test. Yeah. Yeah, I can tell. And like I said, when I walked in, you guys did great. And that deputy came out and made an ass out of himself. So I'm going to make a point to go all the way around Bloomington because the courthouse security officer was an ass and the deputy that came out was an
Well,
ass.
the courthouse, the screening officer that you ran into was actually on his break,
Was he? Okay.
Get out of here for a little bit, okay?
Gotcha.
So, and at that point, and he's a civilian,
Yeah.
so I don't think there's any requirement that he give you anything.
Yeah.
Okay, especially on his break.
Well, being
He's outside
civil.
Trying to get some. Being civil, yeah. You know, when you stick a camera in people's face, they automatically get defensive.
Yeah.
Right. So that's part of it.
Yeah.
All right?
And there's cameras everywhere. I'm just curious, I didn't see any body cams on your deputies. Don't you guys have to have those yet?
No, we don't.
Not yet?
No, we actually don't. I don't think until 2025.
Really? You got that
However,
long?
We're in the process right now of testing,
Yeah.
of beta testing them. So,
So,
well, I don't want to, you know, I don't want anyone to be rude to you. The gentleman was on his break. He's trying to get some fresh air and get away from people for a little bit. And
understand that.
Try to get some fresh air.
Yeah, and I was asking a pretty straightforward question. I thought he might know since he's the one that's telling people not to bring cameras in. So,
Well, no, actually, I was in charge of court security when that rule went into effect, and it went into effect because of security reasons.
Yeah.
Because,
live feeds and things of that nature.
jurors being photographed.
And identified.
Witnesses being photographed.
Yep.
The courtroom in itself, I have an obligation to secure that.
Yeah.
And to make sure that, you know, really the less it's broadcast, the better off I am. So
Yeah.
that people can't plan ahead. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So
I would like, definitely, I'm looking forward to seeing the, I'm looking forward to seeing the more trials televised in certain instances, so long as both parties agree. I'm all for it, because too many people, and I learned this from when I started doing tax returns at 18. I was doing tax returns for guys your age. I knew more about the law than guys your age. And I started realizing we have so many damn laws in this country, the vast majority of Americans are ignorant. It's just a sad fact. And it's not really their fault. I mean, we have so many laws. Just in the IRS tax code alone, there's over 75,000 pages. And yeah, there's 50 states in the union that all have their own code, and then some counties and cities. Oh, believe me.
Pay somebody like you to get it done.
Yeah, exactly. I hate the work. It makes good money, man. It's better if you know anybody going into accounting. Accounting is garbage work. You don't get paid enough. It's nonstop. In tax law, you get paid more, and you have to work through the crappy months of the year. So it's mostly the cold months of the year.
That's not bad.
No, and you can sit in the heat.
Well, I want to make sure you have what you needed.
Thank you.
Get back in, but
I'm Kent.
I'm Matt Lane, Lieutenant Matt Lane.
Thank you.
This is Sergeant Jody Matt.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to cause a problem, man, but like I said, when I was almost ready to go, I was headed on to my next location. Right. So that Deputy Haynes really dropped the ball.
Well, he was mistaken. I apologize for that.
I realize too, even though we have like 40 signs, I don't know how many.
We have at least 36, at least.
Really?
Still, my screeners every day are sitting here.
All day, every day.
You can't bring your phone in, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You can't bring your phone in, sir.
Because sometimes these are people that they've been here, they know that.
Yeah.
And they don't. They just bring them in anyway because they're used to them being connected to them.
It wasn't very hard.
Hey, I want to clarify something.
What's
so,
that?
Cameras in the courtroom. That's a Supreme Court thing.
Okay.
The sheriff made the rule: no cameras in the building.
Okay.
Due to security issues we had had.
Okay.
That I can point to that I have history of.
Okay.
So just to make sure I'm letting you know correctly.
Cool.
That's the case.
No, thank you. Okay. Thanks again, guys. I'll move on to my next location. See ya.
Have a good day.
You too.